Yeah, okay. I got a problem with postcards. I I didn't even know last week that I had a problem with postcards, but I got a problem with postcards, specifically this one. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Lido Loca cruise show. This is Tony, your host. If you enjoy cruising, consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you won't miss out on any of our episodes. Well, it's a Sunday here in sunny Florida, and I thought I would keep it a little bit light. There's a lot of heaviness going on in the cruise news, and this isn't a story that's going to be earth-shattering. It's going to change a lot of people's lives, but it could affect some people, and there could be a monetary component to it. So let me tell you about what I learned this past week about postcards. The story is simple. I moved to Florida, and I needed to send out about 30 postcards, so I went to my local Target, and I picked up this postcard right here. Very nice. Florida postcard. And yeah, so I went through the process of working on all the postcards. I got them all ready to go. And I had some postcard stamps. Now, if you're not familiar with postage here in the United States, they don't charge you as much to send a postcard as a regular first-class letter. Postcard stamp's about 35 cents, and a first-class letter stamp is 55 cents, so 20 cents per postcard savings. So on my 30 postcards, it costs $6 less to use postcard postage instead of first-class postage. And I had some postcard stamps from some previous postcards that I'd sent before, 26 to be exact. So I fill out the postcards. I go to my local post office. I drop the 26 that I had stamps for in the bin. And I also had a postcard that was going to Canada. First time I'd sent a postcard to Canada. Didn't know how that worked. Let me explain to you how that works. They have special stamps to mail stuff to Canada. It only costs $1.20 to mail something from here in Florida to Canada. And so I bought that, and I said, hey, I also need to get 4 more postcard stamps for these postcards. And I put it up there, and the lady at the postal worker, she put it on her little scale, and she said, well, you can't use a postcard stamp for that. And I was like, well, why not? It's a postcard, right? Postcard stamp. Look, I'm not always the most street smart, right? I'm fairly book smart, but to me, postcard. She's like, no, it's not a weight thing, it's a size thing. Postcards that you can use postcard stamps for, they can only be like 4x6. I'm like, really? And on the little scale, they had like a little diagram, and this card has to fit inside the little outline for postcards, and it didn't. It was bigger. And I was like, okay. And she's like, yeah, you need to buy the 55-cent stamp. And I'm like, okay, well, I just dropped 26 postcards with postage on them already in the bin. And she's like, well, I can get those for you, because if not, everybody that you sent a postcard to, they're going to have to cough up 20 cents when it's delivered. And I'm like, well, I don't want that. So I retrieved the postcards. I bought a whole bunch of 55-cent stamps, and I put the 55-cent stamps on the postcard. When I got home, my wife was like, couldn't you just bought 20 cents more worth of postage and did that? And I'm like, yeah, probably. But again, I don't know how any of this works. But here, just for example, so we get these postcards made on our trips. This was a trip that we took. That is a 4x6 postcard, and I've successfully used postcard stamps with that many times. And then in comparison, this is how big the postcard that I got from Target was. So it's about a ½ inch bigger on both sides. Again, this isn't earth-shattering, but imagine if you had to send out 1,000 postcards. If you were a business that was using postcards for marketing and you didn't use a 4x6, but instead you got something bigger, you would have been shocked that you would have spent $200 more on your marketing than if not. Again, I don't think it's going to, wreak a lot of havoc. $6 isn't something that's going to break the bank. But again, if you have a business, that could extrapolate it out. So I just wanted to share that tip with you. I don't know why Target sells postcards that are too big. I mean, I don't think I'm mad at Target, but I guess they assume that everybody knows how postcards work, and I certainly didn't. That's the question today. Do you know how postcards work? Again, we're on the lighter side here of cruising on a Sunday, But an interesting story, and I just thought I would take something that I learned this week and pass it on to you guys. How you doing on Sunday? Leave a comment below. If you're new to the videos, leave a comment that says you're new. Make sure you say hello. Thanks so much for stopping by. This is Tony with the Lido Loca Cruise Show, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.